from your perspective now, what should Black Americans do? Should we try to build the communities that we're in, fight gentrification, or should we buy land and farm? You know, kind of do like the Amish and separate and build up something, or should we exit America? What is your perspective on that? Is going back to Africa an option? You know, or should we stay?
Um, I I I think any and everything should be on the table. So if what I really think more than anything is that we need to be better organized. So whatever it is that people want to do needs to be a part of a better organized effort. So if individually or in small pockets going back to Africa or buying land here or fighting gentrification here or any of the things you named, if they occur in isolation or in small groups or as part of some sort of isolated, disconnected effort, they're all going to fail or they're all going to be, largely useless to the benefit of the collective. So that's why I just keep coming back to I don't have one solution. I don't have any solution necessarily. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
any real solution is going to come from an organized collective effort. Everything else is just going to be ineffective or largely inconsequential or limited or show so or benefiting of just one person. So so whatever people it is, if the preference of if one's preference is to go back to Africa again, if that's not organized as a radical or revolutionary movement that's international, I don't know what good that would be. I mean, what I've been to several countries throughout Africa. I can't think of anywhere, and you could tell me, I mean, where in Africa can individual groups go and live a utopian life and have that be reflective of something good for the community? I mean, okay, a handful of people can go live in Ghana or live in Cape Verde or live wherever. I mean, and maybe and maybe have a very fruitful, happy individual. I mean, but most of the countries in Africa are not free. They're not liberated zones. They're not. They are themselves neo-colonial sources of extraction. So that's why, Nkrumah has, anyone has ever said, I can't just get free here. We all have to get, so I don't know anything that we would want to do. I mean, I could fight gentrification here and I do, I support gentrification, fighting gentrification, but to the extent that it's not part of a broader or larger, more organized radical movement, it doesn't work. And that's why we see people being gentrified out of everywhere. So
Right.
anyway, yeah.
No, no, that's very important. Like you say, organizing, that's key. I mean, individually, we could do a lot of things, but so I guess maybe my question should be more focused on where do we start to organize, or how do we get this movement going? Not saying that you have the answer to that, but if you can understand what I'm saying, regardless of whatever we choose to do, I'm with it. We want to buy land and build our own buildings and grow our own food and have our own livestock and stuff. I'm with that. We want to buy the neighborhood and fix it up and own our own grocery stores. I'm with that. But it's like, how can we? What is it that's preventing our people from getting on one page? You know, it's
Well, there's a
just
lot of things preventing, and starting with we're not organized. So again, I keep coming back to that.
Mhm.
So the first thing people could do is join an organization, and and start to work within that group. I mean, I know it's vague and insufficient, but that's really what has to happen. There isn't,
Definitely,
a
definitely.
one bullet solution to this.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'm gonna wrap it on up. Do you have any other books or projects available?
I mean, I have my first book, I Mix What I Like, a mixtape manifesto. I co-edited A Lie of Reinvention, correcting Manning Marable's Malcolm X with Dr.
Wow.
Todd
Okay.
Stephen Burrows. So I encourage that. And then I have, at imixwhatilike.org, literally an endless digital warehouse and catalog of Africana and radical thought, interviews, radio, video, uh, and more. And then, so I would invite people to check that out, and then to also, again, to check us out at Black Power Media, the new and growing collective that we have that's attempting to do the kind of work you're doing here. So yeah, and I appreciate you inviting me. It's been a
Oh
pleasure.
yeah, definitely, definitely. It's an honor. Okay, this is a question I asked all my guests. You touched on it for the most part, but I wanted to ask you how do you feel being a black man in American society today?
How do I feel? I
Yeah,
feel as I feel like the struggles of uh, I feel like the black political historical struggle is suffering a level of rebranding and deformation uh, that may be unparalleled in human history. So I
yeah,
feel at the one point, that the discussion of the lived reality of black people in this country is as fraudulent today as it's ever been, and it's a little bit concerning. Um, but yeah, I guess that would be my that's my initial reaction to that question. Um,
oh
so
yeah,
that's
yeah. I
how I
appreciate
feel.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been another episode of Taye Speaks. Until next time, family. Peace.